So I just read a thing on the Isaac Wiki. It says the person who suggested the previous challenge, April's Fool, got banned from the anti-bloat subreddit and had to use the I love the bloat flair for a week. That's pretty funny. Not gonna lie. But hey, let me actually sit down properly and get ready for our challenges episode, which, my god, the beanbag flew underneath my cubes. Stop it. Alright. Hello, the topic is Raising. Welcome back to some more Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus challenges. In the last episode, we did April's Fool, as we discussed, and in this episode, you start with eyeshadow and a Pokeball. Every time you throw a Pokeball, a monster pops out of it, and it stays there. You can charge up the item like normal, but if the monster dies, you can immediately send out another Pokeball. Which is a very important note, because depending on what enemies get sent out, there might be more enemies to handle, and you'll have a crazy army that's following you from room to room. So yeah, it's ideal that you want to throw the Pokeball at any time that you have the chance to, because that's how you can do a lot of damage. Because you might get some enemies like these guys, or maybe even the Vs, or even the double Vs, or the Vs that shoot in 4 directions. Those are very important, and those can be very helpful. Very helpful, even. Now, something I should say about this challenge is the unlock criteria, which, when compared to the other unlocks that you get for these 5 challenges, is actually just an item that you unlock. Because the rest of them are character changes. We got Maggie getting a pill, and we've got Lazarus bleeding more from the first 2 challenges. And in this challenge, your unlock for it is the charged key, which is a key that, once picked up, will also refill your charge bar on your spacebar item, providing you have one. So it's very useful in what it is, but I got 2 of clubs, so that's bombs, so I can't get any of those. I used to think a while back that the 2 of clubs and all those items, like, they're gonna be tough to remember, like, which is which and who's who, but it turns out it's actually very easy to, once you realize that diamonds always goes to coins, hearts always goes to hearts, and then spades are the keys, so that's very easy to figure out. Easy! Alright, were there any item rooms? No, there's no item rooms in this challenge. Alright, thank you for me looking at it for a brief second. Finally, we're out of the rut that was bloat every day. Crazy, I know, but let's keep moving forward. Technically, at this point, I could use a bomb and then use the 2 of clubs so I can get 3 bombs, essentially, but yeah, we were just gonna hold on to it. Maybe I'll get a bomb suppository or depository. I know what word I meant, so that's why I said it secondly. Eventually I'll get things, but you know, if my guy dies, then a new enemy's gonna get forced out of my ball! Come on, ball! On your final end goal from the sidebar is Isaac. So I guess we're fighting the Pokemon trainer himself. It's like fighting Red. Of course! How can I be so blind? It's fighting Red! I knew it! Actually, I didn't know it, but I know it now! Hoo-ha! There are a bunch of keys I saw on the map. Probably should have went there. Maybe I could have gotten those. I don't know. Castellatu. I almost said Collatu. That's not what that word is. Go away! Oh, luckily your familiars are not affected by explosions that you cast, so that's fun. It's great to know. Of something else too, even if you find a better spacebar item, if you want to take it, if it's incredibly better, like the Mega Blast, you can use that, that's fine, but you'll miss out a lot on what this challenge can be. So if you get a bad item like, I don't know, Lemon Party, just ditch it and keep the Pokeball on you, because it's gonna be very useful to you. Oh yeah, so while your enemies are immune to your blast explosions, it doesn't mean that other enemies' blasts from explosions aren't going to kill your enemies. Yeah, words that I just said right then. blasts from enemies like the Molabooms will kill your enemies, your friendly people. So yeah. Oh yeah, one thing, I mentioned it earlier, but a good enemy that can spawn would be the mini Duke of Flies, because they'll spawn flies, and when those flies die, you can just send out a new Pokemon. Just like this. These are the Pokemon I like to train. A skeleton and a spirit. Nice. Pokemon spirits? What is this? Obvious joke? Yes, it is. Oh look, a penny button. At least I got pennies. What's in here? Do I chance leaving it? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna stay put. Probably might need some health at some point in some time. So as much as I would like to pick up Death's Touch, can't pick it up right now. I mean, maybe I could, but you know. Wow! No! Wow! No! Stop it! Okay. Movement is necessary. I'll eventually get there. I'm feeling like I'm actually gonna record all of these challenges for Afterbirth Plus in this one day. So happy January 1st, 2019, and other 19s. It's gonna be a fun one. Where I subject myself to some torture, and then I have a nice fun time. It's great, isn't it? Very great. Music, by the way. I've already mentioned that I like this music a lot. Yowza. Ugh. Stretching. What am I even saying? I have no idea what I'm saying. I apologize. I don't think I'm like loopy or whatever, but definitely. Maybe I woke up a bit too early after New Year's. You obviously have to stay up until midnight. What are you, dumb? If you don't do that, what are you, dumb? But yeah, maybe I just haven't woken up fully yet. Or maybe I already am woken up fully and it's just me and it's the sad, tragic fact of life that I have. Is this fridge horror? Is this what I'm supposed to be delegated to for the rest of my life? God damn it. I hate life. Where's the noose to end? No. I am not suicidal. Don't worry about me. If I was suicidal, trust me, I would tell you, and I would contemplate doing it a lot more than I would normally do it, but it's just a joke. So it's definitely not that at all. Trust me. Okay? Just trust me. I'm a sane human being. Even if I do get some spots of, man, this is the disappointing thing that happened in my life. That does happen to everyone, but I'm not depressed as far as I know, because I am definitely happy with the position I'm in right now. I have a decent way of living. I'm still looking for jobs, but that's none of your business. God, oh look! Because of the batteries, we got 2 enemies to spawn this time. How fun. Yowza. Yowza again. Come on now. So yeah, after that randomly serious topic that I went on for some reason, it's Bighorn, and I'm walking into his fire because I have nothing to live for some reason. Please help me out, guys. Help me out, my Pokemans. I don't need to worry about coins anyway. Here he is. Huck. I have a Wheel of Fortune. I didn't even realize. No, I should have realized. I picked it up already. God damn. What are you, a dumbass? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm just an idiot that doesn't know what he's doing with life. That's why I'm ending it. Again, jokes. Alright, restart. Okay, one more time. If this doesn't go through, then that'll be it for this episode of Misery. Not the show I'm on. This is a regular video, not Misery Mondays. There. Maybe it's just Misery Mondays. Or maybe it's just that I'm watching Nammy Snicket again. Who knows? just don't worry about me, alright? This meager fan base of mine at this point in time, all 200 and less 250 of you. I'm not by any means in a bad state of mind. I'm just funny in some way. Funny-minded, even. That's the best way to describe it, I guess. Funny-minded. Because everyone knows that it's better to say that rather than spurging all over the place. Oh, I know. It's funny. I watch a lot of videos where they're just like, hey! They talk about, like, some people with Asperger's or whatever, and they make, like, hypocritical claims. And it's just like, yeah, being an Aspie is an annoying piece of shit experience too, I can tell you firsthand. I just like insulting myself sometimes, because I think it's funny. I'm sure, I think a lot of people do it too, they just like insult themselves as a joke. But I know there are some people out there that are just like, yeah, I am not attractive looking at all. Why would anyone go with me? That's not nice. Why would I be able to live in this hell if no one else would go with me? Why, I should be better treated in this world. To be honest, probably shouldn't really. Well, at least comfort those people. If you know someone who's like that, comfort those people. But I am not one of those people that insults unironically themselves. And besides, if you have good friends, it's a high chance that you, in that pool of friends, are insulting each other left and right because you're that good of friends. That's just how friendships work. You insult your friends because that's how it's supposed to work. You have best friends and you wittingly insult them because you know them well. And that just happens to be how life works sometimes. Don't know why I'm getting so deep in this moment of time when I'm playing this game about dark subject matter. I should probably pick a better game to be deep with, but I don't know. I mean, we're going down and down and down. We should be going deep with this. That's a pun. Thank you for coming. Alright. Cellar 2. I'm surprised that it's only Cellar 2. Not gonna lie, it should be completely reasonable that I'm on Cellar 2 only, but I feel like I've been here for quite a long while with this weird tangent I went on. Alright, I forgot, these guys are immune to the explosions, so that's a thing to keep in mind. They're immune to explosion-proof. Words. Oh, God. Man. Well, I tell you, I might as well get off some of these stories at the top of my head, because I'm in this weird kind of mood. I once, a long time ago, I think this was back during schooling, there was a spelling bee that I was a part of, or at least it was just like a spelling test throughout the whole class, or whatever. And I am usually one person who just like, I'm pretty good about spelling, I like to spell my words. Heck, even if I'm editing videos, if I have a word that I want to put in it, and I'm not too sure about the spelling, I Google it every time, just to be sure I got the spelling right. That's me. And that's happened a lot of times. But yeah, in the spelling test, I think they had the word strategy. And me being me, I was just like, hey, this word's easy peasy. I know how this word is, I've been saying it a lot, I know it's this, it must be this. So I write down S-T-R-A-G-E-T-Y, because that's obviously what it is, but then when the results come back, it's just like, no, it's strategy. And I'm like, what? No! No! It's strategy! It must be! That's how you say it! But then, it didn't come to my mind at that point that you don't say next level strads. You say next level strats. Strats! It should have been clued right there. But for some reason I got really upset by the fact that I didn't spell strategy correctly. Or I spelled it as strategy instead of spelling it correctly. That was just kind of a strange thing that I can remember from my experience as a young lad in school. There's a ton of other stuff that I've done too in school that's been a bit off the cuff, I guess you could say. If you want to know one of the ones that always sticks with me, there was one time when I was misbehaving in primary school, I believe. And because I was misbehaving, I was sent out of the room for a bit. It's like a detention or whatever. But for some, and outside of the classroom that I had at that point, there was a table and chairs because it was just like the school that I was in was just like a long hallway, a long, flat, single-floor school, just a little hallway. And around that point where that classroom was that I got sent out of, there was a little reading area. There was like a little table, a couple chairs, and I guess like a little alcove. I think it went someplace else, but I can't remember exactly. It's been a while since I've been at school anyway. But yeah, whilst I was there, I was thinking, hey, you know, I don't deserve to be out in this world, or out in this side of the thing. I should be doing education, even though I hate it with a passion. So then there's my genius ass that decides, you know, I got these tables and chairs here. Let's barricade the rest of the class in the room. And I did that. I mean, I used to be like kind of a subtle, in quotes, subtle prankster by removing the screws in the chairs, because they were basically those chairs that had like the plastic on top of it and the legs just on the bottom, and they had the little screws that fasten them in the back. I used to unscrew those for some reason, and then that was a thing that happened. But yeah, I barricaded them in for some reason. I did as much as I could, and I barricaded them in. And I can't remember much of the story after that, but that was a thing that I definitely did as a child. But there are definitely some other cool stuff about my childhood. Why am I opening up about my childhood in this episode? I guess you could call it that. I guess Pokemon, of course. It links it all together. I knew it. I am smart boy. But yeah, something I always remember from my childhood is that at my very earliest, I think it was, preschool, or I guess kindergarten for the Americans out there that are watching, but in the preschool, I remember this room that they had. It was like a chill-out room, where you could go if you needed to, like, have a break or whatever. I think I went in there a couple of times, but the reason why I remember it so much was because it was like a little thin room. You could see, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a room, but it's definitely a decent size to it. Oh, okay, that's nice. Thank you. But yeah, that room, it had like a bunch of like lava lamps and mood lighting in it, and it was such a nice, calming room. And I really wish I could just go back there and see if it's still there, and even like maybe relax in there, maybe smoke some pot, sit there and smoke it all. But you know, it's just a thing. You always remember little things like that in childhood. There's always just little things that come back to you, whether they be good or bad. And you're just like, oh man, that was such a cool time. Or, oh man, why did I do that? That was dumb. Oh yeah. Ugh, jeez. Man. I could tell more childhood stories, but I don't know. I guess I could talk about Pokemon. I don't think I have any plans to really do any Pokemon games so far. Maybe I could do, like, one of them, but I don't know which yet. But yeah, I can tell you, right off the bat, I remember seeing my cousin playing Fire Red in his Game Boy Advance. And I was like, oh man, that's pretty cool. I didn't see much of it. I can't remember much of it. I think it was just in a battle for as much as I remember, but I couldn't remember where he was in the Pokemon Fire Red, but he was definitely playing Fire Red, and that was the thing. The reason why I knew it was Fire Red, or I knew it was Pokemon, was because I grew up with Pokemon. And which generation do you think I grew up with, considering my age? Gen 4! Yes, I grew up with Pokemon Diamond. Not Platinum. Not Pearl. My sister had Pearl. I had Diamond. And I think one of my mum's close friends' son, he had Platinum. But it's been a long time since I've even seen him, let alone, like, even talk to him about Pokemon or anything like that. Or even talk to him, at least. But yeah, I grew up with Diamond. I had a lot of interesting things back then. Thankfully, with the name changer, I can change some of the old, really bad nicknames that I had for people. I remember I picked up a Lopunny and she was on my team. And because of the move Investigate, or whatever it's called, where she pulls out the magnifying glass, I called her Investigator with an R instead of no O. I don't know why, but she was just Investigator for the whole time. And I swear, I can't remember what it was exactly, but I think my Infernape had like a really dumb name too, and I changed. I think it had like 3 exclamation points at the end. I think that's as much as I remember. But yeah. Oh, by the way, hey, we have a Viz, finally. Shooting some lasers, that could help with some of the things. But yeah, I can't even remember what else I had on my team. I think I used the Dialga at one point. I'm fairly certain I got through the Elite Four, but I can't remember when and where. But you know, details. The other thing about Pokemon, yeah, but sadly, if you could believe that, because I grew up with Gen 4, Gen 4 is actually the highest gen I'll be willing to go for. I have no interest in Pokemon Black and White, X and Y, Sun and Moon, or even Gen 8 that's coming out very soon at some point. I apologize if that upsets anyone, but I just want to stick with what I know instead of just some dumb stuff that I'm not too familiar with because I didn't keep up with Black and White. Even though I did have Black and White on a multi-cart, I think I played a bit of that. I didn't get fully into it though, I just think. Because of the nostalgia I had with Diamond, I just really like Gen 4 so much. So that's my story, haha. Yeah. I bet if I just looked into my Pokemon Diamond save file, I can just look at all the Pokemon I have in my box and just see what I named them and just be like, yowza, that's a thing you did. God, this guy's annoying. Why? Stop it, please. You are friendly. Stop it. Please. Please. One of us win. Please. Circle around. But yeah, in terms of gens, I definitely went and picked up Heart Gold, and yeah, I got Heart Gold when that came out. I don't think I put too many hours into it, but details. And then I got the eShop release of Crystal, so I have a nice silvery box for it. That's nice. And then also on the 3DS, there was also, you know, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. I made a promise with my friend Josh that I would get Alpha Sapphire and he would get Omega Ruby, and that we'd race each other through it, essentially. And that was a fun time going through. And I think we tried at one point to have a battle with our teams, but I guess it was just because of the location that we tried to do it in, where it wasn't, like, working all that hot. So, yeah. By the way, if you're wondering, I kind of did lift Emil's team from his Emerald playthrough for my Alpha Sapphire team. With some changes, obviously. I just wanted to have a team that was at least reliable and that I knew was going to succeed. But, yeah. Other things, too, there is, like, that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but I don't really feel like picking that up at any point. I don't really have any need. Oh, shit, it's blue. Yeah, I don't really need to pick up Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, because they're a fun experiment, yes, but I don't really require anything like that, like, right now, in terms of Pokemon. If they keep with the 2-console gap rule, and they have Gen 4 remakes on the Switch, I would pick them up. That would be, like, the thing I would pick up. And I would be happy for, like, most of my time. Just wonder what they'd call it. And I hope they actually make, like, a remake of the middle game as well. Because that's a strange thing that they have with Pokemon. It's like, they have Fire Red, Leaf Green. They never made a remake of Yellow, to as far as my knowledge. They have Heart Gold, Soul Silver. No Crystal remake. Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. No Emerald remake. Just give me something that I would be able to just experience both sides at once, please. Like, even if it's just something silly, like Pristine Platinum or whatever. Just give us something like that, please. Thank you, Nintendo. You're not listening because this is obviously a Christian game and you're not liking this Christmas Christian shit. But, you know, yeah, someone passed that idea on. Nah. I doubt anything would happen anyway, so... If they do make a Gen 4 remake, I will be picking it up. And if Gen 8 happens to have decent ideas with it, then, you know, things. Ugh. Man, what has this been? This episode has been something, alright? This has been Tangent, the episode. Except there's definitely been other episodes that have had tangents that are objectively worse than what happened this time. This all started because I made a joke about suicide. Again, just to reiterate, and just to be sure that it's in your head, I'm not suicidal in any means. I just make fun of myself, and I laugh at my own stupidity, and that's just life for me. Like, I find myself sometimes just being like, well, I can't do this, might as well die. Everyone does the ironic thing. There's a lot of memes that just like, I ironically wish to die. And obviously, everyone's joking about it. Because, yeah. Even though with my wording there, it may seem like, you know, everyone's joking about ironically wanting to die. So let me say unironically wanting to die. But some people are like that, but most of the time, people are just joking around. They don't really want to die because there's a lot of good stuff in the world. It's just a thing. Oh, man. I've been playing Isaac this long and I didn't notice that whole bit right there with the music. What am I, dumb? Alright, Polaroid, let's go. Fate chosen. There's probably nothing in here. Zits, beans, Abels, and miters. I don't need any Zits bean. Come on. Come on! Why'd you do that to me? Okay, I guess it's better than nothing. Alright, let's keep moving on. Utero? It's the utero, so it's simple enough that we can deal with it. Oh, there's a boss up here. Let's pick it up. Yeah, let's pick up the boss and suplex him, just like Incineroar. Oh, that's a thing. That's a thing I can mention. Yes, that's a thing I can mention. Alright, so by this point in time, I actually have recorded, like, an episode of Smash Bros. Ultimate that I could put up again, or at some point. It's the second episode. I went into my thoughts about it already, but here's the thing about that episode that I just want to reiterate now in case whichever one happens to be first, and whichever one you happen to watch anyway, because, you know, it doesn't matter anyway. We're talking about Pokemon and all that. If you remember my thoughts from the final Direct, Incineroar seemed pointless because there was too many Pokemon representations and they don't really need to add any more Pokemon. However, it's been release, a long time since release, a month at least since release, and I have been playing a lot of the characters, trying to get a feel for everyone. I don't like most of the other Pokemon because I don't like the playstyles of those Pokemon. I'm not a big fan of Pichu and Lucario to an extent. I don't like Greninja as much as I do like Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff will still be one of the Pokemon I like playing as the most. But then Incineroar came along, so when it was being explained in the Direct, I mentioned that he was an interesting idea, and I would have to get my hands on him to really understand what. Oh, by the way, I picked up a charged key just then, just so you know. That was what that key was, that you might have seen briefly. But yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. But yeah, Incineroar seemed like kind of a interesting character, which I needed to get my hands on to see if I really liked. And since I've actually been able to play the game now, for as long as I have, every day, since it's released, I actually really do like Incineroar. He's probably the second Pokemon fighter main that I do have. Because, while it's definitely a thing that I have, that I've said before, that I like mobility and power, Incineroar doesn't really have that. He doesn't really have that big of a recovery. Plus, he's the slowest character in Ultimate, which is a crazy thing to even think about. So, that's a thing to understand. Yeah, but what he makes up for is his moveset. I don't really use the layer it often. I'm sure that it would be a lot more useful to be used if I knew exactly how to use it, other than, hey, it can get rid of projectiles every now and then, but his side special, showing him the ropes. I can't remember its exact name off the top of my head, but yeah, the ropes side special. That's actually really fun to do. It's timing based, so that you can either like just grab them and just knock them back if you fail. You can knock them way up into the sky if they're just really easy to launch, and then there's also the actual timing thing where you get a bunch of power, yeah. God, why do I have hiccups? Apologies. But yeah, then there's also his down special, which is a counter, which is a fairly interesting counter to begin with, because instead of being like an actual counter, he'll take less damage, yes, but he'll also have a more powerful next follow-up attack, which is a pretty cool idea, and very useful, especially when considering the power that you can gain, considering the shot that you take from that counter. May I point to Alpha Rad's 999% in one hit video, which I didn't see, but I did see in his best of 2018 video, so it's definitely possible to get a crazy high amount of damage dealt to the opponent. It's fun. Let's do this. Whappy zappy! That was a bad idea, wasn't it? I only have 2 hearts. I didn't take into account how much health I really had. So I'm dumb. But then again, that was already evident, so if I am dumber, then I am dumber. But it just happens to be what it is. Whee! Whee! Come on now. Oh, hey, it's one of these. Thanks! Let's do it again. Not this time, sucker. I'm not gonna leave immediately just because you told me to. Unless you wanted to tell me to. Then that's fine by me. God! Jesus Christ, I've got an itchy ass nose. Stupid. Right, it lives, okay. So I'm surprised that we got here after all this time. Ow. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it! That was my fault. That was my fault entirely. Let me confess. It is my fault in its entirety, which is why I'm stretching. Ugh. Sorry, that was probably annoying. So yeah, let's go back. Because that was the 23rd challenge, Pokemans. In the next episode, we're doing Ultra Hard. You'll understand why when we get there. See you guys then. Hope you enjoyed. I need a drink. Not because I need alcohol in my system. No, though I've already had much alcohol in my system, but I just need a drink because I'm thirsty. So, see you in the next one. Hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.